is the main obstacle, do you think, that we put in front of ourselves?
The main obstacle is our attachment to the past, our what I call tribal consciousness, the paradigms that we grow up with, that we live in and that we believe, what our tribes have taught us. Our tribe can be our immediate family, it can be our educational tribes, our religious tribes, all of the things that other people have been telling us for as long as you can go back in time about what are your limits, what you can do, what you can't do, what is possible for you. Your age is what's going to stop you, your sex is going to stop you, you know, your background is going to stop you, all of these kinds of things. And I think the number one obstacle, the number one paradigm that most of us are stuck in is this paradigm that says that I am afraid to be connected to God. And then that's a hard one for us to understand. I saw a wonderful cartoon in the New Yorker not too long ago, and it showed a picture of God's office. And it says God's office, so you don't make a mistake. And there was Jesus sitting across from God, talking to God. And God says to Jesus in the caption under the cartoon, let's go over this one more time. What exactly is it that you told those people? Okay.
Choose to support your dream. What does that mean?
Oh, so many times we don't make choices that support our dream. We expect the universe to do it for us. We're kind of lazy about it. If you want to write a play or you want to get published, choose to sit down and write. If you want to meet somebody and get married, choose to have an open heart. And
Go to some places.
And go meet some people. Say hello. How are you?
The female, the specifically female face of the divine, and owning that and embracing it and becoming the women that we can be through the power of that understanding.
So it's from the womanly power rather than from the aggressive male type of power.
Absolutely. And I talk about how it has been a necessary social development in the last 20, 30 years that we have developed our masculine, but as many of us know, there's also been some things that have gone down in the last 20 or 30 years where we became men instead of becoming strong.
Would you prefer to go to a doctor who prayed for you? Should we ask?
I think it depends on a lot of factors. If I had the choice of two equal doctors, with the exception that one prayed and the other didn't, I'd take the guy who prayed.
You would.
There's no question about it. But if I were in a situation where, you know, let's say I was in a small town, you know, and there was one doctor and he was an atheist, I wouldn't decline medical care just because this guy didn't pray. I mean, I think you have to weigh the situation on its own merit. Now, it's a great thing if you can find a doctor who's well-trained and highly skilled and who prays in addition to that. But that may be tough to do. I think that there's no reason why we ought to demand that the guy in the white coat do the praying. I mean, I think the strong case can be made for picking your doctor according to their technical skills, and you or your loved ones handle the prayer yourself. There's
if you can get both.
Well, if you can get both, you know, you're ahead of the game.
And everybody. You know, I was at a little talk that you gave, and you were talking about how you gave such an interesting example about how God gives us $100 every day.
Yeah.
I want you to tell that because it made such an impression on me.
All right. Well, you know, there's so many ways to explain things, and I like a real earthy, grounded presentation. And the best way I've found to make the point is this: if God gave you a budget of $100 worth of energy a day, your job is to learn to become a responsible investor. Now, you can invest that energy in your past, which means if you do invest it in the past, there's a real good chance you're investing it in sad memories that you want to keep alive versus investing it in your present time life.
I say something to you.
Yes.
I have been interviewed 150 times in the past 2 years by people from every media in this country, and the New York Times down to the Podunk Journal. This is the best interview anyone's ever done with me. You've really created the space here for someone to speak what's true for them. And I just want to acknowledge that in you.
Thank you very much. That makes me feel Wow, very honored.
It's who you are. I see that you are being who you are. No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Please forgive me. You were about to say.
Well, we were talking about love. That was a very loving thing for you to say. One of the things that surprised everyone in this book is God talked about sex.
Yes.
But I mean in such frank terms.
Yes.
What does he say?
Well, she says, first of all...
She says. She says, he says.
God says, let's celebrate sex. Let's celebrate it openly and with great joy.
The other revolutionary thing you said to me in this book was just concentrate on the times you have healed.
Mm-hmm.
That's such an unusual thing.
You know, all of us heal all the time. You cut your finger, and you can observe over the next few days that the body has the capacity to heal itself. I think a lot of people don't give the body enough credit for its ability to heal. They instead rely on external treatments. And one of the reasons I ask people to do this little exercise is to boost your confidence about your body's ability to take care of common problems.